In last week's episode, you accompanied us heading to Brest, the harbour of records. Here we welcomed our first patrons on board who joined us to go to Île D'Yeu, where we spent a few days enjoying the vivid harbour life and beaches along the coast. Having arrived at the Île D'Yeu, we put down our anchor in a sheltered bay next to the island's lighthouse, where we smoked mackerels, installed our second fridge and did some maintenance work on board. The Glenan island archipelago surprised us with natural beauty despite a rolly night at the anchorage due to strong winds and swell.
Since the night at the anchorage had not been that calm, we decided to leave this picturesque island archipelago. With steady southerly winds of around 4 before, we had a great and very calm sailing day, and arrived at the Île de Groix just before the sunset.
We are doing a little bit of island hopping. Since we found out that we have still like 1 month in spare. Yeah, so we are here at the French coast, at the Bretagne, and going from island to island.
Hey.
What is so special about this thing that we are standing on, this bridge, I would say?
There are 2 bassins here. Bassins? Two harbours, whatever. The one harbour is the inner harbour. You can go there on 2 hours before high tide and 2 hours after high tide. And then there will be enough water inside, and then when the water goes down, the bridge closes. And all the other ones, they are like 3 meters down below.
From La Île de Groix, we continued our island hopping tour with favorable winds, arriving at Belle-Île-en-Mer after 24 miles. What a melodious name! We were very nosy whether the island came up to it, so we looked for a sheltered anchorage against southeasterly winds, just south of Le Palais, the capital of the island, and started our hike the next day there. At Le Palais, our stomachs were really empty, so a big package of French fries really smiled at us and let us enjoy our time at the harbour mole.
Where are we, Ilya?
Belle-Île, and this is a very Belle-Île. Maybe also because the sun is shining. We like to rent a scooter today, but what happened was we forgot our ID card, our driving license, like everything. So now we are going by feet now. This is life now.
This is life sometimes.
This is how the cookie crumbles now. At the yacht harbor we met our French neighbors, whom I already helped at the Île de Groix with their engine. Together with another French neighbor we got it running again, but today it would not start. We arranged to meet at Houat the next day, an island around 8 miles northeast of Belle-Île-en-Mer. Our plan was to spend a nice evening together if they got their engine working. Filled with wonderful impressions, we hiked back to Thula. The beach we landed our dinghy at had almost vanished due to the high tide.
Fine.
For sunbathers and outdoorsy types, Belle-Île is the perfect island. There are hiking paths around the whole island and there is no shortage of lovely beaches to stop in between. Since the swell had been pretty bad the past night, we decided to head for an anchorage on the very east of the island. Thula, being a long-keel sailing yacht, sails very steady through high waves in heavy weather. You can even let go the steering wheel, she will just go her way if the sail area is well adjusted to the present wind force. But she has the disadvantage of being affected by underwater currents pretty easy, that naturally develop in areas with tidal changes. If she lies parallel to the swell coming from open waters, we always have fiesta time in sight. It has already occurred that while eating dinner, plates have almost fallen off our table and that Jana had got seasick during the night. So no need for that if it can be avoided.
So we're anchoring on the eastern side of Belle-Île-en-Mer in the Bretagne. And this is our morning view. Pretty inviting for a swim.
So, as planned, we headed to Houat, which lays in the entrance to the Bay de Quiberon, together with its twin sister island Houat. When we arrived, we were flashed.
Let's go.
Man muss gar nicht so weit fahren für die Karibik, ne?
Nee.
Guck dir das an.
Krass, oder? Das ist krass, oder?
Guck dir das an. Eine Ankerbucht jagt die andere. Das hört ja gar nicht auf.
Ja.
After our little island exhibition, we were happy to meet the French crew we had first met on the Île de Groix. Their engine had been successfully fixed. Heading for the beach, our little 2-horsepower dinghy engine had to do double work, and it did a good job. After some French cidre and beers, as well as a few rounds of coupe, a game you are put into teams and have to knock over wooded blocks, the coupes, by throwing wooden pieces at them without hitting the king in the middle until the end, we enjoyed one of the most beautiful sunsets. It felt like nature was doing magic. When it was dark, Ilya and I were shown the galaxy farthest away from Earth with special binoculars Capitan Theo and his friends had brought with them. It was one of those evenings you will not forget. The next day, we hoisted the anchor while there was an island run along the beach of Houat. It was actually a hard decision leaving this beautiful anchorage. But as always, the weather forecast with southwesterly winds convinced us to continue heading down the coast of France to head for the Île D'Yeu that lay around 47 nautical miles southeast of Houat. When we arrived in the evening, the current along the island's north coast was up to 2.5 knots, so we were very happy to find a berth in the well-sheltered marina of Port-Joinville. Here we rented some bikes and explored the east and southern part of the island the next day.
There's Ilya with his super bike, his super beach bike. You like it?
Yeah. Like riding a Harley.
The island, with all its bike paths through pine woods and small villages, is really a place my grandpa would love to go bike riding on. I know no one who goes bike riding as often as him. With his mid-80s, he still goes around up to 20 kilometers or more a day to keep fit. Having him as bike company, he probably would have just passed by Ilya and me with his good bike riding fitness. We arrived at the Vieux Château de l'Île D'Yeu, a fortification built for protecting the islanders in case of a foreign invasion, which also happened in the 12th century, when an English pirate occupied the island for 37 years, until the Île D'Yeu was reconquested in 1381. The castle has been classified as a monument historique since 1890. After some wonderful days on this rather wild island where you quickly pick up the feeling of living at a slower pace, we used a good weather window to head further down the coast towards La Rochelle. If you enjoyed our video, please subscribe and give us a like on our channel. You can also find our video on our Patreon page if you would like to support us making our videos. Nice to have you on board again, and see you next time!